Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers, and we're so excited because we're here with Riccardo from Keller Williams Italia, and he's giving us a tour of the neighborhoods. He's showing us some of the monuments and the attractions, but also some of the amazing properties around here. So we're looking at a keyhole, right?
Yeah, we're looking at a keyhole. We woke up to look at a keyhole this morning. We're here in Aventino. Hi everyone, nice to be back. We're here in Aventino, and what you don't see, what I'm seeing, what I have in front of me is the Embassy of the Order of Malta, and we're in Aventino obviously, and there's a little treat here because what we're going to see is the keyhole, commonly referred to as the keyhole in Rome.
I like that.
And it's just literally a keyhole in which you look into and you'll see what you can see from here now. It's going to be something really, really nice. Obviously, this is a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. We're on one of the 7 original hills Rome was built on. One of the nicest places in Rome, in my opinion, because it's very green, beautiful properties, massive historic values. Wherever you look, you can see churches, you can see big churches, abbeys, basically. These are really are abbeys.
Wow, and
this
they're
one
everywhere.
Especially. Yes, there's one here, one there, and then there's also the beautiful Giardino degli Aranci, which we'll see in a few minutes, and I can't wait to show you.
Oh my gosh, so much to see.
Very, very much to see.
Oh yes, I've seen this. Okay, I've seen this before.
Alley.
Wow, that is so cool.
So as I was telling you, it's called the keyhole because through this keyhole and through this Giardino all'Italiana, which is an Italian-style garden, you can see exactly, they made it to straight alley to San Pietro. So that is what you're seeing, the dome of St. Peter's.
It's perfectly
It's a
centered,
really,
too.
it's a small thing, but it's really nice. It's very typical.
Hi guys, we just looked in the keyhole, and it's a very familiar picture that we've seen, but it's really cool seeing it in situ. Very pretty. Okay, so here we are in front of...
This is Sant'Anselmo, which is a church. It's actually a Benedictine abbey, which is, despite from its appearance, it's not as old as it looks. It's only a couple hundred years old, but it's really nice because inside there's also a shop where the monks sell, you know, herbs, medicine, perfumes and stuff like that. So it's still very typical, even though the older churches here are Santa Sabina and Sant'Alessio, which are proper old churches, which originally were built over Roman temples. But this is, you know, very typical. It's very nice and it blends in really well. You couldn't tell it's only a couple hundred years old.
No, it's gorgeous, and it's actually very huge, and the gardens are very pretty.
Yeah, fortunately they are gardening as we speak.
Yeah,
so
you know, they gotta maintain it.
I was planning to go in, but we'll have to revisit our plans, and that will be for another time, maybe.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I'll show you the Giardino degli Aranci now, which is really, really what I came up here for.
Let's go.
But this is also very, very, very
Let's do
nice.
a little...
So as you can see, the facade is around 18th century, but the original plant of the church is, well, the first church was a Roman church, Roman basilica. Then in the Middle Ages, it got made over. And again, in the end, they finished, as you see it right now, the final form is 18th century.
Oh, okay.
And as you can see, every pope loved to sign their work. So in this case, we got a full statue of a pope.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what pope it is. We'll check it out. But
the pope that was responsible for redoing it. Oh,
absolutely.
that's very cool.
When they had 3, 4, 5 male heirs, the first one used to be, you know, maybe the direct heir, so usually military.
Yeah.
The second and the third, in case of a man, was customary to, you know, put him through convent. And clearly, the more wealthy the family, the higher the position. So, for example, Farnese had a pope, Alessandro Farnese. Orsini, in this case.
Yeah.
Then you had Odescalchi, Della Rovere, Piccolomini, Borgia. You know, Borgia, maybe the most famous one.
Famous Borgias, yeah.
Cesare Borgia, the nephew Alessandro, son of Alessandro Borgia. He had actually, they were Spanish origin.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, Cesare Borgia was infamous in late Renaissance because he was a ruthless military commander, and his father, the Pope, Alessandro VI, I think it was. He was famous because he had many illegitimate sons. Even though he was a pope, he was famous for having many concubines, and of course he was the father also of Lucrezia Borgia, was famous for poisoning all her husbands and lovers. So there you have it.
Wow. And then didn't
Orsini
she
were one of the families in competition with the Borgias.
Okay.
Sometimes they were in competition, sometimes they were allied. In the end, they all got their shot at the throne.
Okay.
So here we are at Giardino degli Aranci, which is one of the main reasons I decided to take you here this morning. This used to be the garden for the monks, It's probably still church property. It's called Giardino degli Aranci, which literally translates to Garden of the Orange Trees, because it's all orange trees. So it takes its name from the orange trees. And you don't see it from here, but it's one of the nicest views on all the center of Rome. We'll take you there and we'll show you. It's a fantastic park. This is one of the few neighborhoods in Rome where there is cars driving around, but you really can't hear them. You can't really see them. They don't never get in your way. If you end up living here, you don't really need a car. It's one of the very few neighborhoods in Rome where you can say this for, because everything is very local, very close. You can walk around everywhere. You have your space. You got your little piece, your little corner of peace right in the center of Rome, and you're 15 minutes away walking from the Colosseum, walking distance. Wow. So it's one of my favorite neighborhoods in Rome, and that's why I want to take you here, because I spoke about this neighborhood during my interview. But now, yeah, here we are, and it's absolutely fantastic. Very, very beautiful, very, very quiet, very, very discreet. Again, we're in the center of Rome. We've been filming all morning. You're not overwhelmed with tourists, are you?
No, this is really beautiful, and it's quiet. And honestly, the properties up here are just gorgeous. It would be ideal for somebody who, we talked about walking. Everywhere you walk, there's something amazing to see. And, the history is so deep here and everything else that it's really a great place for somebody to be if that's what you like. A little tranquility, but you want to still be in Rome. Just an amazing neighborhood.
Yeah, in terms of property, this is probably one of the most desirable neighborhoods if you're looking to invest in the city, because, again, being so close to the center makes it so desirable from a tourist standpoint.
Yep.
But being such a high end without being in the extreme high end, it also makes it really profitable if you're running a touristic business.
Nice.
So this is one of the neighborhoods I strongly recommend anyone to invest in if you're looking to purchase property in the city. Wow. Absolutely, hands down.
Perfect.
And I'll show you the view from here, which is really nice.